lot of the parents or teachers come from backgrounds where maybe they're intimidated by language and are hesitant to engage with very heavy text-based resources. So we've been looking at how you can take the text and turn them into images so that parents and volunteers can be less intimidated and excited to engage with the resource. I've been doing a lot of participatory design, asking the beneficiary what they would like in a product to make it as relevant as possible. In the ECD sector, a lot of the content is international content, so it's very important, I think, for Wordworks to develop content with local illustrators, with local in local contexts, so people identify with the image. And if it's an image of some American person going to buy a hot dog in a theme park, the person might be in a rural situation and being very confused by what they see.
One of our objectives has been around advocacy and developing and supporting policy in early childhood. So where we can, we respond to government policies, where we also try to be constructive by providing policy briefs or ideas that can perhaps guide some of the direction that the government is taking. We work across being on the ground with delivery of programs as well as writing and sort of policy level work. It does stretch our capacity sometimes, but I think it gives us a unique position in that we are really engaging with parents, with children. We know what the challenges are that parents and children are facing. We know what the levels of children are. So I think when we engage around policy discussions, we're coming from a place of actually being on the ground. We want to position ourselves as a specialist in early language and literacy, where we can speak to aspects of the curriculum that relate to language and literacy, or aspects of teacher training that relate to language and literacy. While as an organization our focus had traditionally been on the ages between 4 and 8 years, we realized that there was not a lot of work being done on language and literacy prior to that in South Africa. So we've written a report and some policy briefs focusing on the importance of language and literacy from birth to 6. We've also been working with the Foundation for Community Work, who have home visitors who visit families in their homes to provide a range of support to them. We've since received funding to broaden that focus and say, could we develop a set of tools that home visitors could use as they visit families, to really give families ideas about how to use language in everyday contexts and build young children's early language as an important foundation for learning to read and write later. And our aim would be then to partner with other organizations who have got home visitors who can then use this as a tool for their own training, and particularly looking at the possibility of working with health visitors, so where they are accessing and supporting parents from birth to 2 or 3, where children are around feeding or immunizations, that the messages could include one about sharing books with babies or talking with your baby. We have a team with quite specialist knowledge about language and literacy in the early years, and so our responsibility is to try and take what we've learned as well as our experience of research internationally and provide sort of ways of making that knowledge accessible to other people. So on our website we have a resources page where people can access some of our resources, some of our notes and handouts from our programs, but also policy briefs and reports we've written. We don't want to hold on to what we've learned. So we actually want to say, well, anyone can, use this information if it can strengthen or support the work you're doing.
These resources will be available for anyone, free of charge, because we want all generations to use the website, and older generations sometimes have difficulty navigating websites. We really try to make it as easy as possible. People can download games, watch the video on how to play the games, email us if they're having a problem. Some of the games need training, and some of the games need more than we can put online. So we encourage people to, if they want to know more, or if they want to train their volunteers or their teachers further, then they contact us to come to one of the training or to buy the fuller kit. It's really something exciting because we work towards the betterment of the community, and if we can have these resources in every home across South Africa, imagine what the future would look like. So instead of holding these to ourselves, we really want to give them as a gift to people.